It's 2009. I'm getting my regular haircut, and I notice my right eyelid is drooping. I'm 47 years old, father to 2 young children, husband to a stay-at-home mom, and a director of a large engineering firm. Life is busy, but good. But as I look at my reflection, I know this drooping eyelid could be the sign of a rare progressive disease that runs in my family. Maybe I'm just tired, I think, and I try to ignore it. But over the next few weeks, it doesn't go away. I know there's a test for the disease because my father was tested years before. So I talked to my doctor, who orders a kit. 6 vials of blood are drawn and sent off to a lab. And he gives me a call at work a couple of weeks later on a busy Tuesday afternoon. Hi, Gerard. Just want you to know I have your test results. You may want to come in. With that, I pretty much know the answer. And when I get to his office, he confirms it. Positive. I'm stunned. Even when you think you know what's coming, it hits different when a doctor says it. You have ocular pharyngeal muscular dystrophy, he says. He admits he doesn't know much about the disease because it's so rare. It affects about 1 in 100,000 people worldwide. There is no cure. And I know this drooping eyelid is the least worrisome of the symptoms I'll have to deal with. I go home and have dinner with my family. I read books to my kids as they fall asleep, and I go downstairs and tell my wife the news. She's an engineer as well, so we keep the discussion fairly high level and pragmatic. And after a little while, we agree that we should probably just sleep on it. Well, I don't sleep that much that night. I lay awake mulling over what this diagnosis will mean for my family and for me. I get up in the gray light of dawn, and I look through my bureau for an envelope that contains my father's test results. I find it and put it in my computer bag, and I get dressed, thinking work will be a good distraction. Around lunchtime, I go to the cafeteria where several entrees are being offered. I opt for Chinese food. I place my order to go, and I grab a fortune cookie from a large wicker basket on my way out. Eating my lunch in the solitude of my office, I remove the envelope from my computer bag, and I unfold the papers with my father's results. I place my results next to his. The numerical markers that indicate the severity of the mutations are identical. I glance over at the fortune cookie sitting on my desk and back at the results. Now, I've always thought of fortune cookies as a novelty, nothing to be taken seriously. But today, I really want to know what that fortune says. So I unwrap the cookie and crack it open. Empty. The cookie is empty. In all my years of eating Chinese food, I have never encountered an empty fortune cookie, and today it just seems like a bad sign. What a week I'm having. I close my eyes and I slump down in my chair. I'm exhausted, and this diagnosis is just a new form of stress. Now, for years, I practiced techniques for managing stress and maintaining a positive state of mind. This could be an excellent opportunity to put those techniques to work. So I slowly open my eyes and I look at the cookie pieces. And I try to imagine how this empty fortune cookie could be the sign of something good. And slowly, thoughts of gratitude start coming to mind. How fortunate am I to get my diagnosis at my age, right at the onset of symptoms. How fortunate am I to be able to place my results next to my dad's and seeing that they're identical. I know everything he went through from when he was my age to when he passed away from the disease. How many people get a preview of what is most likely to come? It's scary, but it's also a gift. And right then, I decide to make the most of the time I have left. I push the pieces of cookie aside and I take out a blank sheet of paper. And with scissors, I cut out small, fortune-sized pieces. And I commit to start each day by writing my own fortune. Now, these aren't fortunes that are grandiose, nor are they trivial. But I try to make them predictive of something good that may happen on that specific day. And on many days, they come true. But that's not actually the point. The point is, I believe they are more likely to come true because I write them with intention and hope. Some say, you will find a funny story to bring home to your family tonight. Or you will inspire a young leader who has taken on a challenging role. When the call for storytellers went out, I wrote myself a fortune that I would be selected to stand on this stage and tell you this story tonight. So today, the fortune is for you and I alike. It simply reads, you will write your own fortune today. Thank you.